In the dungeon hall, people were shocked when they saw the new clear record for the Fire God Palace's hell difficulty. Lin Moyu had set a record of 38 minutes and 25 seconds, causing onlookers to question if it was truly for hell difficulty, since even normal difficulty isn't usually cleared that fast. One person exclaimed, "It takes about 30 minutes just to run from the start to the end of the dungeon. Don't tell me that's what Great God Lin did." As they discussed, Lin emerged from the dungeon, already thinking about clearing it a few more times to reach level 30 as soon as possible. At Shengxia Academy, when Bai Shen and others saw Lin's new record, they were all surprised, commenting, "This kid really isn't giving anyone else a chance." Lord Meng added, "This record, no one can break it, but that's fine too. It's good to let those guys from the two colleges suffer a defeat and be a little more restrained in the future." A few hours later, hunters from both Genesis College and Blazing Emperor College emerged from the dungeon after clearing it. Blazing Emperor College was the first to come out, followed a few seconds later by Genesis College hunters. When the Blazing Emperor College leader saw Genesis College emerge right after them, he remarked, "Genesis College, we entered 2 minutes late but came out at the same time. Looks like it's Blazing Emperor College's win this time." The Genesis College leader responded, "It was because we were getting ready in the safe area. Let's check the leaderboards first." Agreeing, both leaders left to review the records. As they were leaving, they noticed people talking and laughing at them. Confused, they ignored it. The Blazing Emperor College leader asked the Genesis College leader to look at the records and see who was in first place. Confident, the Genesis College leader said, "Finally, something that can shut those tougher than a duck." However, both leaders were shocked to see that the fastest clear record for Fire God Palace hell difficulty was held by Lin Moyu, who cleared it in 38 minutes. The Blazing Emperor College leader exclaimed, "Lin Moyu? Why him? A level 28 solo clearing in 38 minutes? The Genesis College leader wondered if this was the strength of the professional competition's champion. Frustrated, both leaders left the dungeon hall. Seeing them leave, hunters in the dungeon hall started laughing, saying, "Look at them. The people from the top colleges aren't that impressive after all. The more arrogant you are when you arrive, the more humiliating it is when you leave." Meanwhile, at Shengxia Academy, Lord Ming was using the Shengxia Tower to check something, with Bai Shen standing beside him. Bai Shen asked how it went, and Lord Meng replied that he had already locked onto the coordinates of the Eternal Training Ground and found a relatively hidden position. Impressed, Bai Shen said, "As expected of old Ming, you found it this quickly." Lord Meng then asked, "Bai Shen, are you really planning on sending Lin there? You only went there after you had evolved your profession twice, and that kid Lin just reached level 30. Bai Shen responded, "Colleges are greenhouses that nurture fragile flowers. Lin is stronger than most level 40 professionals right now. There's no reason why he can't go. You saw it in the professional competition. He defeated a team of twice evolved solo." Lord Meng was still worried but said to Bai Shen, "Since he's your student, I won't interfere with your teachings. That kid won't die for real anyways. Even if he really died, it would make him face reality, so it's not really a bad thing." Confident, Bai Shen told Lord Meng not to worry, saying, "That kid won't die." Meanwhile, Lin was continuously clearing the Fire God Palace dungeon. When he emerged after his 10th run, he had finally reached level 30. Currently, Lin is a level 30 Necromancer with the title of Dragon Warrior King. With this title, all his attributes are increased by 500, and his skill cooldown is reduced by 50%. Lin's average strength, constitution and agility are 1000, and his spirit is the highest at 4000. As Lin emerged from the dungeon, Su Han approached him and asked if he had leveled up. Lin smiled and said, "It's all thanks to the senior for recommending this dungeon." Su Han congratulated him, saying, "I didn't expect the dungeon to upgrade too. This is clearly all due to Junior Lin's hard work." Lin asked her if she had something in mind, encouraging her to speak freely. Embarrassed, Su Han said, "Junior Lin, can you sell one of the fire crystal fragments to me?" Lin smiled at the request, took out a fire crystal fragment, and passed it to Su Han, saying, "Take it. It's free of charge." Lin then immediately left to find his master, leaving Su Han in surprise, wondering if Lin even knew the value of the fragment. After some time, Lin went to Shengxia Academy to meet his master, Bai Shen. Bai Shen immediately realized that Lin had reached level 30. Lord Meng commented, "Lin, you've leveled up from level 27 to level 30 in less than 2 days. You're a little harsh on yourself." Bai Shen told Lord Meng that it's good to be harsh, adding, "The more ruthlessly you treat yourself, the more ruthless you are to your enemies. Mankind has survived to this day by standing on mountains of corpses and seas of blood." Bai Shen asked Lin how it felt to be level 30. Lin told him he felt some changes in himself, but hadn't analyzed them thoroughly before rushing here. Hearing this, Bai Shen took out many skill scrolls and said, Lin, now that you're level 30, you can awaken some new skills. But Lin took out some skill scrolls from his inventory, saying, Master, there's no need, because I have these. Seeing that, Bai Shen couldn't stop his laughter. Then, Lin used one skill scroll and released some mana into it, his body glowing with a golden aura. The skill received is called Skeleton Fangs, which is currently level 1. It releases skeleton fangs to attack enemies, with the strength and number of the fangs dependent on the skill's level and spirit. Lin immediately used his new Skeleton Fang skill, and in the next second, many sharp skeleton fangs came out of the ground. Seeing this, Lin thought, it's the same type of skill as the skeleton armor. Bai Shen pointed at a rock and asked Lin to release it over there. When Lin aimed at the rock, many small skeleton spears came out and destroyed it. Seeing the result, Bai Shen said, the power's not bad. This level 1 skill is almost on par with the fireball spell of a level 30 mage. Lord Meng said, looks like Kid Lin's enhancing talent magnified the power of the skill. If the level is maxed, it will become a very powerful skill. He added, Lin, from your level and the number of skills you possess, you should still be able to awaken 2 more skills. Try it. Lin said yes, and grabbed another skill scroll, poured his mana into it, and again, his body started glowing. But Lin still didn't get any notification of skill awakening. Seeing Lin's puzzled face, Bai Shen asked him what was wrong. But before Lin could say anything, the Thanatos scythe appeared from his inventory on its own. Shocked, Lin thought, could this skill be related to it? After the Thanatos scythe appeared, Lin received a notification that he had acquired the Summon Undead General skill. Lin was surprised to see that the Undead General had become his new skill, and he felt that there were some special changes in the skill. When Lin acquired the skill, the entire area's environment began to change. The wind grew strong, and the sky started turning green. Lord Meng was amazed, and commented that this skill could affect heavenly phenomena. Bai Shen said it was like a forbidden curse. Lin summoned the Undead General, and from the shadows, the Undead General emerged to answer his call. The General could now control skeleton warriors and mages to form a legion. Just like the skeleton warriors, the Undead General is a bronze-grade entity at level 1, and has slots for 10 Legion members. Its average strength, agility, and spirit are 40, and its constitution is 200. It has 3 new skills. Level 1 Legion Strengthening, which increases the Legion members' attack speed, casting speed, physical defense, elemental defense, and control resistance by 10%. Level 1 Legion Heal, which treats the Legion members and heals their injuries. And Level 1 Military Power, which removes all abnormal status effects for all Legion members and boosts morale, effective only for status effects below level 10. Seeing the Undead General, Lin was amazed. He couldn't believe the Undead General had become his summon, and that he finally had the skill to remove all abnormal status effects, in addition to having additional strengthening and healing skills. Bai Shen asked Lin to summon a skeleton and see its effects. On Bai Shen's command, Lin summoned a skeleton warrior. Bai Shen flicked his finger and shot a small rock at high speed, injuring the skeleton warrior. Immediately, the Undead General raised his staff and used the Legion Heal skill, and the skeleton warrior's bones grew back with the help of the Undead General's healing. Seeing this, Bai Shen commented that although its attributes are a little low, its skill effects are very similar to the Legion Overlord profession. Bai Shen praised Lin, saying, "You brat, you've awakened a very nice skill." Lin was happy to hear that, and thanked his master for the compliments. Lin was a little disappointed, thinking, it's a shame that it's not enhanced by my talent. If I level it up, the attributes might not be so weak. Bai Shen told Lin that since this kind of summon had already appeared, it wouldn't be long before Lin could become a one-man army. Lin thanked his master for nurturing him well. After that, Bai Shen got to the main business. He said, "Lin, now that you've awakened these new skills, I won't be worried about your abilities. Get ready. I'll bring you to a new place to train in a few days." Lin replied, "Yes, master. I will go to the Tyrant Desert to level up these 2 skills first." Bai Shen was proud to hear that, and patted Lin on the shoulder, saying, "Lin, you are too hard-working. I will tell Old Meng to give you a discount on the points required to reset a dungeon." Lin was very happy to hear that. After some time, Lin went to the dungeon hall, thinking that this time, he would use the desert fruits to maximize his skills. When he entered the Tyrant Desert dungeon, he felt nostalgic. Before long, oasis giant scorpions began to appear in the sand. This time, Lin didn't summon his skeleton warriors or mages, but decided to fight himself. Lin used his newly acquired Skeleton Fang skill, and hundreds of skeleton bones came out of the ground, stopping the oasis giant scorpions. After that, Lin started shooting skeleton fangs directly at the oasis giant scorpions, killing them in one go. Seeing the result, Lin thought, with this skill, it's much more efficient to farm monsters. After killing all the oasis giant scorpions, Lin moved ahead. When Lin emerged from the Tyrant Desert dungeon, he was once again approached by Su-Han. She told Lin that she had been waiting for him for a long time. Curious, Lin asked her why she was looking for him. Su-Han then pulled out some potions and handed them to Lin, explaining, "These fatigue potions are for you. They can temporarily remove fatigue and keep you in top condition." Lin was surprised to see a potion that eliminates fatigue and thought he could use this while leveling up his skills over the next few days. After handing Lin the potions, Su-Han quickly left, telling him that she wouldn't disturb him any longer. Lin thanked her, saying, "You are a big help, senior." After that, Lin continued raiding the Tyrant Desert dungeon repeatedly. He consumed desert fruits and continuously killed monsters, while his skeleton warriors and mages fought alongside him. The undead general also provided support in every fight. This continued for 4 days, after which Lin decided it should be the last time. In just 4 days, the undead general's rank had risen to gold grade, and his legion member slots had increased to 300. His average strength, agility, and spirit had risen to 4,000, and his constitution had reached 20,000. The undead general's skills also leveled up. The legion strengthening skill was now level 3, increasing the legion member's attack speed, casting speed, physical defense, elemental defense, and control resistance by 30%. Legion Heal was also at level 3, treating and healing the legion member's injuries, and military power was now level 3, removing all abnormal status effects for all legion members and boosting morale, effective for status effects below level 60. Lin was pleased that his undead general had successfully reached max level. Not only had the undead general reached this milestone, but the skeleton warriors had also become level 30 gold grade skeleton warriors, with their average strength, agility, spirit, and constitution now at 15,000. Their Rage Strike skill was now level 3, dealing 400% of personal strength as damage. Similarly, the skeleton mages had become level 30 gold grade skeleton mages, with their average strength, agility, and constitution now at 4,000, and their spirit at 20,000. With all his summons reaching gold grade, Lin felt that he was in his strongest state ever since he became a professional. His attributes had increased by 500, and his summons inventory had reached 300 slots, including 190 skeleton warriors, 100 skeleton mages, and 10 undead generals. His active skills, Soul Blaze, Skeleton Armor, Skeleton Fangs, and Slow Curse, had reached level 30, and Corpse Explosion was now level 4. Lin put the Thanatos Scythe on his shoulder, and decided that it was about time to find his master. The Thanatos Scythe was also at level 30 with a maxed-out spirit of 3,000. After some time, Lin went to meet his master Bai Shen. When Lord Meng saw Lin, he commented, "Lin, your aura has gotten much stronger. It looks like you've been working hard leveling up your skills." Lin greeted both of them and said, "Master, I'm ready." Bai Shen, with a serious expression, told Lin that he wanted him to go to a place called the Eternal Trials, where there are many opportunities among the dangers. The Eternal Trials consist of 3 layers: the upper layer, the lower layer, and the deep layer. Each layer is connected yet independent from the others, relying on but not interfering with one another. Bai Shen informed Lin that he would be taking him to the upper layer of the Eternal Trials, where only professionals below level 70 are allowed. Similarly, professionals above level 70 are restricted to the lower layer. There is an extremely small possibility that a space tunnel will appear between the upper and lower layers. If this occurs, the usual rules are suspended, and professionals at the upper layer can enter the lower layer, but they can only stay there for an hour. He added that, according to legends, in ancient times, a great war erupted among humans, the Abyss, and dragons, creating what is now known as the Eternal Battlefield. This great war shattered space, plunged it into chaos, and buried powerful beings one after another. Countless divine items and souls were lost in the Eternal Battlefield. Their will persisted over time, forming various monsters, secret realms, and dungeons. Bai Shen explained to Lin that while the area is dangerous, it is filled with great opportunities, with many different divine artifacts left behind by ancient humans. However, apart from humans, abyss demons and dragon warriors are also active within. The danger comes not only from the ancient times, but also from these races. Moreover, there are even humans who fight their own kind to gain benefits. With a very serious expression, Bai Shen asked Lin if he now understood the dangers. Grasping the seriousness of the matter, Lin told Bai Shen that he understood everything.